Welcome to Basic Electrical Engineering. In this lecture, I will discuss about the importance of the earthing. If there is a fault in electrical installation, one may get an electrical shock if touch a live metal part. Here in this figure, we can see that this is the electrical equipment which is supplied by the single phase power supply. Now, the supply side is properly grounded. But if the appliance or the electrical equipment is not properly grounded, then for any fault, if any human being or any animal touch the equipment, then there may be a chance of electrical shocking. So the current will flow through the body of the human being. And this will be a very dangerous accident and it may be fatal also. So this is because the electricity may use the human body as a path from the life part of the system to the earth part. Earthing is basically used to protect us, that means the human beings and other animals, from an electrical shock. So here in this figure we can see that if the electrical equipment is properly grounded or connected to the earth, then for any fault occurs, then the extra current or the fault current will flow to the ground through this earthware. Therefore, the human being, if touch this electrical equipment, there may not be any accident. The process of transferring the immediate discharge of the electrical energy directly to the earth by the help of low resistance wire is known as the electrical earthing. So basically the concept of the electrical earthing is that any equipment or the supply system should be connected to the earth by using a very low resistance wire, so that if there is any fault, then uh, the electrical accident can be avoided. It does this by providing a path for a fault current to flow to the earth by connecting the non current carrying part of the equipment or neutral of the supply system to the ground. As it can be seen here, the neutral part of the supply is also grounded, as well as the equipment is also grounded, that means connected to the earth, so that the fault current can directly passes through this grounded wire to the earth. It also causes the protective device to switch off the electric current to the circuit that has the fault. Mostly the galvanized iron is used for the earthing purpose. It is a very low resistance material, so it can be used for the earthing purpose. The earthing provides the simple path to the leakage current. This is the basic purpose of the earthware. The short circuit current of the equipment passes to the earth, which has the zero potential. The short circuit current is very high, so this current will be passes to the earth through this earthware, thus protecting the system and equipment from any type of damage, as well as protecting the human being from the electrical shock. The type of the electrical earthing. The electrical equipment consists of two non-current carrying parts. These are the neutral of the system and the frame of the electrical equipments. In normal case, in this part, no current will flow. From the earthing of these two non-current carrying part of the electrical system, earthing can be classified into two types. So first one is called the neutral earthing and second one is called the equipment earthing. So here we can see that in a particular domestic application, The transformer from where the power is supplied to this particular house, there, this is a supply system for this particular house, and here the neutral line is grounded or it is connected to the earth. So this is considered as a neutral earthing. Similarly, the appliances that are used within the house, these appliances will also be connected to the earth through a common earthing terminal. This is considered as the equipment earthing. So it is necessary to earth both the supply system, that is the neutral earthing, as well as the equipment earthing for full protection. Now the neutral earthing. In neutral earthing, the neutral of the system is directly connected to the earth by the help of the GI iron, that is galvanized iron wire. The neutral earth is also called as the system earthing. Such type of earthing is mostly provided to the system which has the star connected windings. Normally the transformers and the power systems are used as a three-phase system. So the distribution transformer secondary side is always star connected. Therefore, the star terminal should be earth connected so that if there is any fault or any unbalanced condition, then the extra current will flow to the earth through this neutral star terminal. For example, the neutral earthing is provided to the generator, transformer, motors that are connected to three-phase supply as well as for the single-phase supply also. And the equipment earthing. Such type of earthing is provided to the electrical equipments. The non-current carrying part of the equipment, like their metallic frame, is connected to the earth by the help of the conducting wire. Now, if any fault occurs in the apparatus, the short circuit current will pass to the earth by the help of this wire. Now, remember one thing, the appliances with the metallic body, when the AC supply is given, then because of the magnetic field production, then there may be some eddy current that will develop in the structure of the equipment also. It can be also considered as a stray current. Now, because of this stray current, there may be a chances of electrical shock if we touch the body of the equipment. Therefore, the body of the equipment should be connected to the earth so that this stray current or the eddy current can be passes to the ground. So protect the system. In this way, you can protect the system from any type of damage as well as the electric shock for the human beings. The importance of the electrical earthing. The earthing is essential because of the following reasons. That is, to protect the workers who regularly come in contact with the electrical devices that might give them a shock. So, for electricians and other electrical workers, there may be a chances of electrical shock if the system and the equipments are not properly earthed. To keep the voltage of the device constant in the healthy phase in case of a single phase to ground fault. So this is also provided by the electrical earthing. A good grounding path which has a low impedance value ensure that the fault in the electrical path are cleared quickly. So if there is any fault, by using the earth leakage circuit breaker, we can uh, identify the fault and then it can be easily cleared and the system can be restored again. But for that, the fault current should pass to the earth wire so that there should not be any damage or any accident. Now, if the faults stay within the system for a long time, they can pose a serious threat to the stability of the system. Many modern electronic devices generate a form of electrical noise that can cause the damage to the device and reduce its efficiency unless the device is properly grounded. So this is another importance of the electrical earthing, where various electrical noises and signals that are generated by the electronic devices, it may damage the device. So therefore, it should be also properly grounded so that this type of situations can be avoided. Protection device function better with the help of proper grounding. The malfunctioning of the electrical devices often leak the electricity, which has the potential to start a fire if not redirected safely. So, because of this fault current, there may be a chances of fire also. Therefore, the proper earthing is very necessary for this type of situations. Earthing can be done by electrically connecting the respective part of the installation to some system of electrical conductors or electrodes placed near the soil or below the ground level. The earthing mat or the electrode under the ground level have the flat iron riser through which all the non-current carrying metallic parts of the equipment are connected. The process of transferring the immediate discharge of the electrical energy directly to the earth by the help of the low resistance wire is basically known as the electrical earthing. The electrical earthing is done by connecting the non-current carrying part of the equipment or the neutral of the supply system to the ground that we have already discussed. Now, every building, equipments, power plants, substation facilities included in electricity required the proper earth grounding, either directly or through the grounding system. The main objective of doing the earthing in electrical network is the safety. That is the main importance of the electrical earthing. But when the neutral for any system is not connected to the earth, then it will be known as the electrical system without earthing as depicted in the figure. So here we can see the figure again. If the earthing is not properly done for the equipments, then there may be a chances of electrical shock for the human beings. Although the supply system neutral terminals are properly grounded. Now, mostly the galvanized iron is used for the earthing purpose. The earthing provides the simple path to the leakage current and the fault current that is developed in the system. The short circuit current of the equipment passes to the earth, which is assumed to have zero potential. Thus, protect the system equipments and personnel working with this equipment from damage as well as the shock current as shown in the figure. So here in this figure again we can see the equipment is also properly connected to the earth. So if there is any fault in the system or if there is any stray current developed in the body of the electrical equipments, then this current can be easily passed through this earthing wire to the ground. So therefore the there will not be any chances of electrical shock. The earthing is not likely to reduce the total magnitude of the over voltage produced by the lightning or switching surges. It can, however, mitigate the possibilities of excessive voltage stress on the phase to ground insulation of a particular phase. The system earth resistance should be such that which any fault occurs against which the earthing is designed to give the protection. The protective gear will operate to make the faulty main or the plant harmless. In most of the cases, such operation involves the isolation of the faulty part, for example, the circuit breaker or the fuses. Normally, the earth leakage circuit breaker or ELCB is used in this purpose. Now, the methods of the electrical earthing. There are several methods of earthing like wear or strip earthing, rod earthing, pipe earthing, plate earthing, or earthing through the water mains. Most commonly used methods of the earthing are the pipe earthing and the plate earthing. These are the most popular earthing methods that are generally used in normal applications. The earthing mat. Here in this figure we can see that there is a mat of metal is developed which is placed in the ground below the ground, and a GI wire is connected to this mat. So this wire is basically used as the earthing wire. It is made by joining the number of rods through the copper conductor. It reduces the overall grounding resistance because ground also has some resistance. But if we connect this earth mat made by copper wire or any other conducting material, therefore the overall resistance of the earth will be minimum. So the fault current can easily be passed through this earthing wire. Such type of system helps in limiting the ground potential. Earthing mat is mostly used in a place where the large fault current is to be experienced. That means where the fault current may be very high. In that particular case, the earthing mat is used to protect the system. Now, while designing an earth mat, the following step is to be taken into consideration. That is, in a fault condition, the voltage between the ground and the ground surface should not be dangerous to a person who may touch the non-current carrying conducting surface of the electrical system. Next is the uninterrupted fault current that may flow into the earthing mat should be large enough to operate the protective relay. That means the relay which is connected with the earth leakage circuit breaker. The resistance of the ground is low to allow the fault current to flow through it. So the resistance of the ground should be as low as possible so that the current can easily flow through the earthing wire to the ground. The resistance of the mat should not be such a magnitude as to permit the flow of fatal current in the live body. Therefore, the concept is the resistance of the mat and the resistance of the overall system should be as low as possible so that the fault current can easily be passed through the conducting wire. The design of the grounding mat should be such that the step voltage should be less than the permissible value, which would depend on the resistivity of the soil and fault required for isolating the faulty plant from the live system. Next is the earthing electrode. So here in this figure we can see the earthing electrode is used here, which is connected, which is put in the ground. So in this type of earthing, anywhere rod, pipe, plate or bundle of conductor inserted into the ground horizontally or vertically. This is considered as a earthing electrode. The earthing electrodes are specially designed to improve the earthing system after its installation. So by using with the help with the other earthing system, this earthing electrodes are also used to improve the overall system. The electrodes are made by galvanized steel or iron of standard length and diameter that is buried vertically. In distributing system, electrode may consist of a rod about 1 meter in length and driven vertically into the ground. That is shown here. The length of the electrodes is around 1 meter and it is placed vertically into the ground. In generating substations, grounding mat is used rather than the individual rods. The National Electrical Code requires a minimum ground electrode length of 2.5 meters to be in contact with the soil. So this is the standard according to the National Electrical Code. That is, the length of the electrode should be around 2.5 meters. But there are some factors that affect the ground resistance of a ground system. That is the length versus depth of the ground electrode and so on. Now, if the length is double, then it will reduce the ground resistance by up to 40%. Therefore, the length should be as high as possible, and as per the standard it should be around 2.5 meters. Next method is the pipe earthing method. This is the most common and best system of earthing as compared to the other system suitable for some earth and moisture condition. So here in this figure we can see this is the pipe electrode placed around 8 feet below the ground, and here is the moisture level, that means the wet soil is placed here, and the GI wire is connected to this pipe as a earthing wire. Now in this method the galvanized steel or perforated pipe of approved length and diameter is placed upright in the permanently wet soil as shown in this figure. The size of the pipe depends upon the current to be carried and type of the soil. Normally, the size of the pipe used for earthing is of diameter 40 millimeter and the length is around 2.5 meter for ordinary soil, or greater length in case of dry and rocky soil. So for normal cases, the length should be around 2.5 meter and the diameter of the pipe will be around 40 millimeter. Whereas if the uh, dry soil is there or rocky area is there, then the length should be much more. The depth at which the pipe must be placed depends upon the moisture of the ground. The pipe is placed around 3.75 meters. The bottom of the pipe is surrounded by small pieces of coke or charcoal at a distance of about 15 centimeter. So here we can see the pipe is placed here around 8 feet below the ground, and in this area the salt and charcoal powder mixture are placed here. This is basically used to reduce the resistance and increase the conductivity. The alternate layer of the coke and soil salt are used to increase the effective area of the earth and to decrease the resistance of the earth. Another pipe of 19 millimeter diameter and length of 1.25 meter is connected to the top of the GI pipe by reducing the socket. So here another pipe is connected with this GI wire. During the summer, the moisture in the soil decreases, which cause an increase in the earth resistance. So the water are put through the funnel connected to around 19 diameter pipe, which is further connected to the GI pipe. So a pipe is connected above the GI wire. So in summer conditions, the water can be placed in the ground through this pipe, so that the what soil should be moisture and the resistance should be minimum. The earthware, either GI or strip of GI wire, is sufficient cross section to carry the faulty current safely, is carried in a GI pipe of diameter 12 at a depth of about 60 centimeter from the ground. So this is a situation, or this is the concept of the pipe earthing. Next is the plate earthing. Here an earthing plate either of copper of dimensions 60 centimeter by 60 centimeter by 3 millimeter or of galvanized iron of diameter 60 centimeter by 60 centimeter by 6 millimeter is placed into the ground with its face vertical at the depth of not less than 3 meters from the ground level. So here we can see this plate is placed vertically in the ground and the length from one side is around 1.5 meter. The dimension of the plate is standard. If it is the copper, it is made by copper, then this will be the dimension of the plate, and if it is made by the galvanized iron, then this will be the dimension of the plate. This is the length, width and thickness, and this is also the length, width and thickness. The earth plate is inserted into auxiliary layers of coke and salt for a minimum thickness of 15 centimeter. So again the salt and coke powder or the charcoal powder is placed here and it is around 15 centimeter. The earthware is tightly bolted to the earth plate with the help of nut and bolt. The copper plate and the copper wire are usually not employed for grounding purpose because of their cost. So normally for earthing plate, the galvanized iron are basically used instead of copper wire because of the cost. Next is the earthing through the water main. In this type of earthing, the GI or the copper wire is connected to the water main with the help of the steel binding wire which is fixed on the copper lead. So this is the water pipe, that is a boring line through which the GI wire is connected, and this is also can be used as a earthing purpose. The water pipe is made up of metal and it is placed below the surface of the ground, that is directly connected to the earth in case of boring system. The fault current flow through the GI or the copper wire directly get earth through this water pipe. So it is also a very good options for electrical earthing. So here is a, figure of the pipe earthing and the plate earthing. The with the help of the figure, the dimensions are also placed given here. The standard dimension, that is the recommended by the National Electrical Code. So this is the complete system of the pipe earthing, and this is the complete system of the plate earthing. Of copper plates are used here. So this is the dimension of the plate. Therefore, it can be concluded that if the grounding is not carried out properly, it can cause number of problems like an improper grounding results in high potential being created in the equipment, and that can damage the equipment and also pose safety threat to working personnel. It can delay in clearing of fault that will result in insufficient current flow. So if the grounding is not proper, the fault will not be cleared uh, in time. Therefore, the system will be uh, delayed for restoring, as well as the current flow will also be changed. The dangers of a fire caused by the leaking electricity are also increased exponentially because of the fault current, and if the grounding is not proper, then there may be a chances of fire also. It can cause reduction in the operational efficiency of the machine as well, because if the fault current is more, therefore the output of the system will be reduced, therefore the overall efficiency of the system will also be hampered. Therefore, we can conclude that the earthing of the electrical system, both in the supply side as well as in the uh, load side, the earthing should be proper. That's all. Thank you.